you can smoke them and do everything like you did.
Yeah.
And you start opening up, and them suckers come boiling out of there, and they
Yeah.
attack.
There's a method to requeen a hive like that.
Yeah.
It's a long, drawn-out process, but you can. I just did one a month ago. Yeah, it's a long process. You basically have to move the entire hive to a different location, put a box where the parent hive was, of drawn comb if you have it, and let all the flying bees, not only the foragers, but anything in its third week of life, go to that back to that original spot.
Right.
Now you've got a queen and nurse bees. That's all you've got. You can find her and kill her at that point.
I already did that.
And
I killed her and I put a queen cell in.
Well, that doesn't matter because that queen cell they might have eaten and produced their own queen cells. You got to go back in 7 days.
I got the queen cell from another hive.
It doesn't matter. You can go back into, if you got a queen cell from another hive and put it right into that hive right then and there, they could have killed that cell and made their own queen cells out of their own genetics.
Okay.
There's a big fight that goes on inside of a beehive. A queen mates with multiple drones, right? She mates with Harry, the drone, Jack, the drone, all these different drones. She's producing with her mixture of sperm different lineages. There is theory that says that the bees, the worker bees, will opt to have their genetic lineage created as a queen. So there's a fight that goes on inside the hive, who's going to succeed the queen. That means if you go to a different hive and bring that different pheromone in, they might kill it right away and make their own queens. It's probably what happened. And if that happened, then you had the same genetics going on.
They had some queen cells already made, and I picked them all out.
Yeah. What you do is when you move the hive, and then you find the queen and you kill the queen, you wait for 7 days, and you go back in and kill all the queen cells. So there's no chance of anything in that hive happening. That's the way to do it.
Okay, sounds good. I like that.
And then requeen, is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
and then put your frame of eggs in or young larvae. Yeah.
How come the top is slanted like that? Is that something I should be doing for
Ventilation.
I mean,
You can.
I have a screen top now.
That's fine then.
Okay, so I can just put it
Yeah.
straight on?
Yeah, I use screen tops. Instead of inner covers, I use screen tops. But I'm just going to let the smoke permeate a little bit. You sound angry too. Richard, what are you doing?
Texting back
He's-
and forth.
I think Richard's testing us. What's that? No, he doesn't.
How
Either
come
do I.
you don't need
I don't.
How come you don't need a suit?
I don't keep queens for more than a
I've
year.
been doing it for a long time.
I requeen
You
every
see,
hive
don't-
every year.
Don't bother me. I have a suit. I mean, if I need it.
Have you been bitten today yet?
No.
Huh.
Just
He
to,
puts his on.
I find it easier for swarm control and other things, you know. And
Then I'm gonna grab
keeps
myself.
keeps the hives.
Put his on a week ago with that nasty
Come on off of
hive he
there.
has. I said,
Yeah, that was nasty.
Keeps the hives more stable, healthier. Let me check something out here. So we're looking for a frame of brood. Okay, so we're going to take this off. Frame of brood and confirm. Well, there's nothing in here. There's nothing in this one.
Are we in a nectar drought right now?
No. No.
I haven't heard
Canadian
this
thistle's
anywhere.
blooming. Goldenrod is just coming out. Clover's out like crazy.
But how about in these hives? Are you seeing nectar stores?
Um,
I didn't see any.
well, there's some. He's been taking honey out. He just harvested. And we'll just put some down here. This has got about 25 pounds of honey. All right, let's, got room over there. Let me take this thing out of here.
Oh, I just feel that little piece, that piece, rack. That's pretty awesome.
This one.
Yeah.
Well, he was showing us the meeting that we did
Tom, can you have too much room for them where it's not good for them?
What's that?
Can you have too much room for them?
Yeah.
Which is not good?
Sure. You can have too much room if it's cold weather. They can get chilled brood. You can get chalk brood from that. You can get different problems. But this time of year, too much room, they're just going to make a lot of comb.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to have more than 3/8, 5/16, 3/8 anywhere. Let's put this up here.
I do have a little cart at home that I carry with me. Oh yeah. It's just big enough for.
So now these guys are more passive. I haven't gotten stung yet.
No honey though.
No, well, there's a lot of nectar in there. And there's a lot of pollen. This is a great pollen frame. See all the pollen around in here? It's all this big swath of pollen here. You wouldn't normally find the queen on here, but that's normally. See, this is solid pollen. This is a great feeder frame.
Can you show the pollen again?
Everything you're seeing there is pollen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All that peanut butter looking stuff in there.
Okay.
That's
So
all
you guys
pollen.
take a look.
It's pollen with a shine on top, called, now it's bee bread. That's bee bread. Let's see here. Let's see if Richard's telling me the truth here. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, now, this is a very populous hive, strong. This is half the brood area, and it's packed with bees. I expect me to look for the queen very soon. Yeah, and you'll hear all kinds of music going off and everything. The red carpet will get rolled out. And we have more pollen. I don't waste a heck of a lot of time looking for queen, unless it's an absolute necessity. I do look for signs of a queen. No, that's honey there. Yeah. It's a warped, uneven. I would probably take this comb out next year and replace it with some foundation because it's all wobbly and warped looking.
So they won't fix that comb over the next year?
Nah, they fix it in their own way, and it's not the beekeeper way. It's not nice and pretty. Once it gets misshapen,
Replace
it usually stays misshapen. Yeah,
Excuse me.
I see.
nothing. No eggs. No nothing. I bet you the other box, just like this one.
I got educated all right.
You do what they want, and then they're all.
Richard,
All pissed off at you.
Uh-huh.
can you give me some context to what I just saw, the marking of the bee? What did you guys do before that?
What did
Find
we do?
her.
We had to find her.
First, we found her.
Uh-huh.
You want us to find another one? Rich doesn't want to do
No,
that.
we're no more marking. Now that it's found, now that
brood-
it's marked,
well,
that
let's
you're
pull the
fine.
frame out.
Hey there,
and see if
buddy.
you can see it.
I don't know. You got,
How you
got the
doing?
wrong guy.
He's got brood coming over for that hive.
Okay.
Okay, here comes Brooke with a
In
frame of brood.
For the queenless pack, for the queenless. Okay. And this is your daughter?
No, it's my great
Great. Wow.
great.
There we go.
All right, where do you want it?
Richard?
Oh, that looks good. doesn't it?
Hang on. Let me get it right in this box.
First yellow box.
Ooh, can I see that?
Top off, Uncle Bob?
The boss wants an inspector. Marcel. He wants to see it.
Richard, what's happening? What are
We're
we?
moving some strong
you
bee
know what those
frame
are?
into a weak hive.
Those are drones.
What makes it strong?
When they protrude like that,
These
those are
bees will
drones.
hatch out and they'll be
I don't know.
part of this hive, and it'll just bump this hive up a lot.
Yep.
Give
Each
'em
one of
workers,
these caps
give 'em-
is a cell, a young bee will hatch from that cell. And that will repopulate this hive and create nurse bees to take care of the queen, which is going to hatch out of the queen
those
cell
are
that's
drones.
alive in here, ready to hatch
Maybe see
within
on this
days.
side.
How do you know that?
So we have young
Oh, look
bees
at
taking
that.
care of a young queen.
You know what I call those?
What?
Wall-to-wall carpet.
Wall-to-wall carpet. Show the camera that backside in the sun, all those eggs.
Those are all babies.
Move it to the sun.
And
There, see that?
those ones are drones. Those
These
are
the
male.
male
Yeah,
eggs.
the
These are
ones that look
female
like
eggs.
bullets are drones.
You sure you want that? Can I have it?
No.
No,
Too
we can
late
have,
now.
you can have a Miller later. Look at that.
That's beautiful.
You see how calm they are?
That's because of the day.
The day, yeah.
It is the day.
It's the day.
It has something to do, absolutely.
2 days away from the rain, that's why.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Now, take that top off. Take this top off. Like that. Now we put this in here. And we put this on here. Like that. Something like that. Is it upside down?
You got to come to me.
Yeah, you don't have it in the center. Why don't you center it in the queen cell and then put it on?
And you do have it upside down from the last time you had it on.
Okay, maybe that's it. There we go.
Don't worry, front door. Well, it doesn't matter. They can go through the.
They can go through that grate.
You can shake them on top.
They can go right on top here now. This is a super. We're trying to get them to build this out.
So now you have a super on top with no divider in the middle.
That's correct.
That's okay?
You don't need
Yeah, but as long as the queen is trapped on. Well, they go back down their own side?
Oh yeah.
They don't fight up there?
They have never fought. They will not fight.
Okay.
It works pretty well. For somebody like me that doesn't have time and doesn't want to use any medication, it works for me. Good.
How come you're not getting bit?
Good for him.
You wouldn't get bit either. All this stuff is for show. Look at these guys, the old pros, they don't even have anything.
They
That's-
don't.
Plus, they don't bite anyway. The biting isn't the problem.
All hives have a different temperament.
No,
Okay.
I'm not. I'm just.
Like the hives down there, the first one we went in,
They were
those
bad.
guys were nasty.
No, I
you think
stand
it's
over
because
here,
there
but
was no
I see
queen?
everybody standing
They
around.
had a
they're not
hump.
even covered.
There may not be a queen.
What would have happened to her?
Hey, Richard, could you just take the telescoping cover off this one time? Just to show Mike again, please. We're just discussing this queen castle.
This is called a queen castle. It's used to try to hatch new queens in the spring. If you're going through your hives and you find a swarm cell or a frame with 3 or 4 swarm cells on it, you take it out, you bring it over here, you stick it in here, put it in a frame of honey and pollen next to it, and you let that swarm cell hatch a new queen right here. You can hatch 4 queens at one time, okay?
Hope you got some.
Ants are hatching.
Well, I was ready for another hive. I was ready for another. I'm ready for another set of eggs. This is pollen cake, and I never got to it. But
What do you got in here?
in here, I have
Is that glue line or fiberboard?
on June. In here, I set a frame with no swarm cell, with just new eggs, and they created 5 supersedure cells. The strongest and earliest one, which will hatch, and from it, that queen will kill the other queens, and she'll go out on a mating flight and create a new queen that I can use to start a nuke or a box. So she is just hatched out within the last few days, so I don't want to open it up. It's time for her to go on her mating flight, and she's not, and she can still fly, So we don't want to disturb it and lose her. If it were another week or two, we could go in and look for eggs.
Each compartment has its own entrance.
Yeah.
The blue has an entrance here. The yellow has an entrance, I believe, in the front. The black one has an entrance in the back. And this lighter yellow one has an entrance.
But right now, the blue's the only one in operation.
Correct.
Okay.
That's right. Each one is a separate
You could have
unit.
taken some of those queen cells and put them on another frame and filled a couple of those others.
Yeah, you could have called it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cut
And
them
I
off.
meant to do something like that, but I haven't had a spare minute until today.
Yeah, right? Tell me.
I understand.
We would all
But
like
that's my next project. Tomorrow I have time and there's
You mean cut the top off, take the pupa out?
no.
No.
Take the whole cell. Take the
Oh,
whole wax
hell.
cell.
Yes,
Take the entire wax cell, pinch it off carefully from the
Nice
frame
and
inside,
easy.
and stick it on another
They're-
frame
they
of
are
brood.
very, very,
Just like the
very
brood that we
fragile.
put in there, if you stuck a queen cell on that brood and stuck it in here, you'd have a new queen in a couple weeks.
Now, the objective for today was to take new beekeepers and show them the basics of how to go into a hive and assess the condition of the hive for any follow-up procedures they may want to do, such as splitting a hive or checking for disease or anything else they might want to do. The basics never change for any beekeeper. They're always the same. It's the technique that changes. So we concentrated on the basics today. How to separate the boxes, how to reverse honey supers, putting the heavy on the top so you can do something called bottom supering, checking out the brood area, looking for queens, looking for signs of queens, checking the ages of the brood pattern, and of course checking for disease. And that pretty much wrapped it up for the day. A lot of questions, everybody was pretty much interested, and we had a good time.